I just want to get a coffee, okay?
Why
Can I
is the
get a
camera
coffee?
in my face right now? Are you here partaking?
You walked
Right
up
now
to
you're
me.
in the red zone?
I'm scared. I want to go for a coffee down there.
Where-
Can I
where's
go for
your
a coffee?
residence, ma'am? Still being
Pardon?
arrested right
Do you
now.
live in this?
No,
You're
I
not
don't live
excluded
here,
from
but
that.
I'm.
Where do you live?
Alberta.
Time for you to leave.
I can't even go down there for a
No,
coffee.
no,
Go grab
you're
your stuff
in the
and
red
leave.
zone right now. If you don't leave right now, you will be arrested. Do you understand me?
I can't
That's
go
funny
for
to
a
you?
coffee.
Grab your stuff, because if we see you, we'll be patrolling all day. If we see you again, it'll be different.
Leave. I tell you. Take your camera and get out of here. Do you understand that?
I'm walking away.
Walk away. Your phone doesn't need to be in our face when you're walking away.
Away.
Go.
Please have my phone.
Are you gonna walk, or are you gonna get arrested?
I was
Go
walking
now.
away.
Get out of here.
Oh my goodness. Hope you can go to sleep at night.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi there, Gene.
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, it's Rebecca Grenier calling from the RCMP. I spoke to you yesterday.
Yes.
I'm just calling to find out if you're still in the Ottawa area, still in that downtown core.
My whereabouts is none of your concern.
Okay. Are you within that riot area?
Again, my whereabouts is none of your concern. Is that all you have?
Yeah, I'm just wondering where you are.
That's none of your concern. Is there a warrant for my arrest?
No, there's not.
Okay, then you have yourself a good day. Goodbye.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
Start right here. We're good for fuel. Some actual hardcore Quebec separatists from they come first thing this morning with a bunch of fuel. We had all our tents, Tracy and that, I don't know if you're on here, but this is where the big top tents and all that were, and the saunas and everything. So that all got dismantled last night by a bunch of crazy natives, so-called crazy natives, a bunch of so-called white supremacist terrorist truckers, and like I said, some hardcore Quebecers all got together, and we tore all our stuff down. Our truckers, big shout out to them. You guys did a solid, I don't even know, 30-day stretch or something, peacefully. You guys were peaceful and it was awesome. The call was made yesterday morning that all the truckers downtown were to stay if you wanted to stay and peacefully leave if you want to leave. We pulled out to try to, Canadians to stop getting ran over by horses. I've seen veterans ripped off the sidewalk, slammed into the ground. The news don't show you this stuff, guys. I seen a police officer in the front lines that started to cry, dressed in riot gear but falling apart inside. His heart got to him. We told him, it's okay, brother, we love you, we're peaceful. We held our hands out to him, said we will welcome him with love because we always have. He took a step forward to come to the truth, and his fellow police officers then tackled him, slammed him to the ground, roughed him up, cuffed him, and dragged him out of there.
Oh wow, we're here now. Jim! Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good
times, eh?
Did you get arrested, my friend? I kept
Did you get pepper sprayed, my friend? Yeah, so I heard. Brian goes running out. So this is Jody Ledgerwood. I understand you might have been speaking a little bit too much truth, a little bit too boldly. I think I know the circumstances under which you were sprayed, but how about you give us your first hand? Like this happened yesterday, right?
Yes, happened yesterday.
Okay, so this is Jody Ledgerwood. She is responsible for, if you ever hear them saying, hands off our kids, that was part of, she's the Mama Bear movement, she's doing all kinds of things. And yesterday she got pepper sprayed. So Jody, what's the deal, man?
I got pepper sprayed being in the front lines trying to talk to the police officers. They didn't like that, and then they started pushing the crowd, and I was right there, and the second or third line back of police, there was 5 lines deep of police. The guy from behind jumped, or you saw this arm come over the crowd, over the first line of police officers with his can, and just start spraying people. And I didn't get sprayed directly in the eyes. The 2 guys beside me got sprayed. I saw this can and ducked my head, but because the wind was blowing, I got the spray. But there was a really kind gentleman that was behind me. He grabbed me by the waist, and he said, I got you. I'm going to dance you out of this crowd. I got you. Just follow my lead. And he did. And as he was pulling me out, and I'm screaming, oh, my eyes, I can't see, I'm blind. People started throwing shit at my face. I don't know what they were throwing. It felt like slush hitting my face over and over again. But the gentleman got me over to a post. He took his coat off, laid it down on the ground. I sat down, then this wonderful woman with purple hair, her name is Nadine. She came over, a trucker came over. The trucker said, I'm gonna touch your face, I'm gonna put vegetable oil all over your face. He said it'll stop the stinging, and then we'll flush your eyes. And he did, and he put the vegetable oil all, I can't see, I have no idea who's treating me. I can hear people yelling all around me, my eyes, I can't see, I'm stinging, whatever. But the trucker put the vegetable oil all over my face, all over my eyes, literally within a short period of time, probably minutes, maybe even seconds. So you lose track of time, but within a short period of time, the swelling went down, my eyes opened back up, and then they flushed my eyes. So hey, if you get pepper sprayed, vegetable oil, it works. It works.
I had the staying at my hotel, and Friday night he came back for a couple hours sleep, bawling his eyes out. He was explaining all the different kinds of pepper spray that they could use. Of all of them, that was the worst. It's an oil-based. He said, like, you really have to wash it off. He was telling everybody at the hotel to take the shampoos, that just flushing it with water is not enough. So
That's it.
with it being oil-based, that's probably why they put oil to it, so then they could wipe it
off.
So Jody, this must be kind of, you've been here for a while. I know we've hung out, we've done some things. I think you made me famous by being all so smart in the Eaton Center there. And everybody's going, oh, I saw you in the Eaton Center. So I said, no, you didn't. You saw me looking through my camera in the Eaton Center doing your thing. So what kinds of things were you talking to the officers about?
One, I was trying to ask them why they became officers. I was trying to say, 1, don't trade your police badge for a criminal badge. 2, are your grandparents proud of you right now? Your ancestors died for our freedoms as you stand here protecting those who are trying to take our freedoms away. I said you became officers for a reason. Reach back into your heart. Remind yourself why you became officers. I'm sure it wasn't to do this. I'm sure it was to protect peaceful people. Right now you're hurting peaceful people. Please dig deep in your hearts and remind yourself why you became a police officer. Put down the badges, put down the batons, come on our side. It just takes one of you to be courageous enough to be a leader, and the rest will follow.
Do you think your words had impact, or any of the people that you saw?
I will tell you this, you see their eyes, because their faces, most of their faces are covered, some are not. But you see it in their eyes. There's some stone cold. They don't care what you say. They're looking forward to using the batons on you. But then there's others. I know the one guy, he's standing this tall. I'm only 5'3". And I could see in his eyes, my words were reaching through. And then when they started pushing us, and now we're literally chest to chest, And when they started pushing behind him, so 5 lines of police officers behind him, when they started pushing him and then pushing to the point where they're like running behind him, trying to trample the crowd, I saw the look in his eyes. He was just as surprised as we were at the shoving, and he was arching his back as best as he could to try and stay off me. He was trying. I could see he was one of the good. He was tormented. You know.
So what's the lesson in this to police officers? What do you think?
The police officers, you guys are in a really great position. And I was saying this yesterday. You guys have the power to stop this. You have the power in your hands to stop this. Put down the batons, put down the handcuffs, join us. On top of having the power to join us, you have the power to say no and still get paid. You guys have amazing, amazing benefits. Call in sick. Any doctor worth their salt will write you off on stress leave or PTSD. They will write you off. Why are the Ottawa cops not in the downtown center causing this chaos on us? Because they all said no. They called in sick. Hence, Toronto Police, York Police, Durham Police, and Quebec Police, they were the ones causing the tyranny, beating us with batons, pushing us off walls, spraying us with pepper spray.
Rubber bullets, concussion grenades. A guy beside me last night got his phone shot out of his hand with a rubber bullet, who is now encamped in a restaurant. Did you see this? Did you see him in the restaurant?
No.
The cops are trying to get in the restaurant. They've got it locked down just a couple doors down from where the bubble bus was. And the restaurant owner's going, no, you ain't getting in. And there's a whole bunch of them trying to get in. Wow. And that guy who got his phone shot out of his hand last night got a new phone last night and is locked in that restaurant. Like, as of a half an hour ago, was live. So,
wow,
crazy
incredible
stuff, eh?
I'm glad to see that everything is calm and cool. I had to leave earlier, so I didn't see what happened, but I was obviously very upset. And I was very upset at what I saw when I got here this morning, when they broke into the trucks with guns and pointed at these men's heads. And I'm like, these are like family men. These are God-loving men that are here to protect us. And you know, I don't know if you saw, like, talking to the Quebecers this morning. Are they the guys in the green jackets? Are you from Quebec, I assume? Yeah. Are they Quebec police or militia? What were they? Because they didn't have badge numbers, and they were all fairly young.
We heard that maybe it's the SQ, Sûreté du Québec.
What's it? What's it?
Sûreté du Québec, the one that.
What's it? Can you say it slower?
SQ, the Sûreté du Québec.
Is it? How do you spell it? Like SQ?
SU.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because I was reading it, but I couldn't get the pronunciation. But yes, is that like a
like the one like a patrol on the highway and
okay, more like OPP kind of thing.
Exactly.
But yes, because they didn't have identification on them, but they had guns, and some of them were geared up, like a lot of guns that I've never seen before.
The GRC was all in green with big
okay,
guns.
Okay.
They removed their badge too.
Yeah. So a lot of shit went on today that was illegal. First of all,
they don't respond when you ask what their name, what their magic. Yeah, badge number. Also, this was a legal protest. It was not an occupation. There was no stationary structures. Everything was on wheels. They could have moved if they wanted to. They chose not to because the point was to disrupt. That's what a protest is about, is disrupting. And so the police had the opportunity to do it peacefully. They chose to get aggressive, and now people died. And this is not going to look good on them. And you know what? We've been rising to the top this whole time, and we'll continue to do so.